Greetings and welcome, my fellow companions, to part 20 of the RFEFP series, The Compass. Science is organised knowledge, friends, really. And science is a wonderful thing. If one does not have to earn one's living at it. So let's jump straight into this. A compass is an instrument used for navigation and orientation on our plain Earth today. It shows direction relative to the geographic cardinal directions or points on the plane. Usually a diagram called a compass rose shows the directions north, south, east and west on the compass face as abbreviated initials. When the compass is used, the rose can be aligned with the corresponding geographic directions. For example, the N mark on the rose points northward. Compasses often display markings for angles in degrees in addition or sometimes instead of the rose. North corresponds to 0 degrees and the angles increase clockwise. So east is 90 degrees, south is 180 degrees, and west is 270 degrees, like the face of your clock. These numbers allow the compass to show azimuths or bearings, which are commonly stated in this notation. All compasses point to a single magnetic meet point. The 4 great inventions of ancient China are significant contributions of the Chinese nation to world civilization, friends. Among the 4 great inventions, papermaking, printing, gunpowder, and of course the compass. Yet the magnetic compass was not at first used for navigation, but geomancy and fortune telling by the ancient Chinese peoples, as early as the Han Dynasty since 206 BC, and thus later adopted for navigation by the Song Dynasty during the 11th century. The first usage of a compass recorded in Western European and the Islamic world occurred around 1190, and then jump to today, 2020. Not much needed to change on the inside regarding the magnetic locations. We have FOG compasses, to name but one, yet all of them, new and old, simply rely on the EM force surrounding us back then and also right now. A fibre optic gyro compass is part of a ship's set of compasses. This just comprises a fibre optic gyroscope sensor which links to a computer and then locates north. It in turn links to a magnetic compass readout to provide the heading. It has very high reliability and requires little maintenance during its service life. And I wonder why, friends. It's often linked with the ship's other navigational devices, including land-based GPS or PPS, plane positioning system. The magnetic compass is still a very important advance in navigation because it allows mariners to determine their direction even if clouds obscure their usual astronomical cues, such as the North Star Polaris. It uses a magnetic needle that can turn freely so that it always points to the North Pole of Earth's magnetic field, the only one. Yet the compass, or any type of relation to the compass, gyroscope, sextant, etc., they all can't work on a spinning globed ball Earth. I try to explain this from a geocentric point of view, as I do not see a cartoon ball Earth anymore, just a real flat plain Earth with an ice border boundary. So let's try to explain it in simple science how I believe the workings to be. When the ice crystallizes in the ice wall at the perimeter of the plane and the ice shelf in the center of the plane, the North Pole, the water molecules line up. Now many tiny electrical charges lined up is sufficient enough, friends, to generate an electromagnetic field from the center of the plane to the perimeter. Here you can see Tesla's model of it working perfectly, as were many of his inventions and calculations. His equations all worked first time, tried, tested, repeated. The north at the center point, the apex source of it, and the south point being the entire border. Water is a polar molecule. There are two hydrogen atoms and the oxygen atom. The electrical charge is unevenly distributed along the axis between the two hydrogen atoms. So if you line up a bunch of water molecules, remember, friends, molecules lined up in a patterned formation when they form into crystals, it makes perfect sense that the lined up charges would additively combine to make a much larger electrical charge. So the fact that the 72% water is salty, it's saline water, salt water, and the ice may lose some salinity as it is formed, could this not generate the electromagnetic field? Because the main geomagnetic field of the Earth is produced by the flow of electrically charged particles in the 72% saline liquid on Earth. Our magnetic fields produce an electrical current. This is known as Faraday's law. Magnetism produced by electricity is simply called electromagnetism. All of the entire known magnetic fields of our plain Earth meet here at one apex source of it, at the North Monopole, the mountain. We all covered this in part 15 of the series. Science knows, friends, that salt water is the most conductive surface on the plane for electromagnetic energy. This is why it is 72% salt water and not drinking water. So the science can all work together in harmony, friends. The Earth is one unique, gigantic factory. It's the only one, friends, that has life and water anywhere in the so-called heliosolar system world. Isn't that strange? But we're destroying it with pollution and wars and corruption, greed, money, power. Water is the element which brings life. Electrons are negative, protons are positive, neutrons are neutral. Electromagnetic energy is absolutely everywhere, provided by the sun and the moon and salt water here on plain Earth. And I mean it's everywhere. EME is the term used to describe all the different kinds of energies released here on plain Earth, from the radio waves and TV waves and radar waves to heat, light, ultraviolet light, X-rays, short waves, microwaves, gamma rays, all producing electromagnetic waves and frequencies that do so many wonderful things and different things. And then we have the electromagnetic spectrum. All of the devices, all of the technology, subsequently, this is known as quantum mechanics, the study of these energies. The Earth's EM force performs like a ring magnet, as I have explained in previous uploads, and why our normal compasses work the way they do with the earthbound magnetism. Simple, easy, everything we know on plain Earth, and whatever we do today, whatever we do tomorrow, next week or year, friends, we are all living, breathing, working all inside of this ring magnet, this electromagnetic earth field already, and adhering to the EM force that we have all around us every day. Nobody really understands all of it properly, but Tesla was certainly on board with it. That is for sure, friends. There is no direct source of magnetism from any south pole unless it's the one that encircles, as you can see again. Earth has a highly charged electromagnetic energy. This is why the compass works, friends, and did and has done for many millennia. All around the plain Earth land, as well as all the other tech now in 2020, all relying on this EM force. Earth relies on its mechanics working perfectly to achieve its ultimate goal, the sun being the anode and the moon being the cathode. The 72% salt water is the electrolyte. Utterly amazing. We have only one. There can be but only one, friends. Geocentric, very special, magnetic eco-battery system Earth that relies on the EM force and not a gravity-style force, and thus incredible array of complex systems built on systems that have been created for this amazing purpose of life being birthed here in the midst of it all, surrounded by plain sciences yet to uncover and hidden magnetic mysteries yet to unfold, while navigators, ships, sailors, plain Earth, sailing and flying will all circumnavigate with a simple compass and a plain flat map that is 2D around your plain flat Earth. Yes, my friends, you have guessed it. This is why the compass, and very importantly, friends, the EM force will always be a real flat Earth fact on the plane. Thank you for watching this upload and spending your time with me, friends, as with all of my uploads, we should never judge the book by the cover. Already looking forward to part 21. I'll see you all then. Much love and keep safe. You stay flat.